What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, ReadoptionAgency.com. 20 plus years selling on eBay. I don't think he pulled everything. Bomb. Well, I don't know what changed, but something did, at least for a few hours here. So, we look at this morning. At 7 o'clock, ended up having a couple. 8, 3, nothing at 9. 10 came around, did 3, 11. Had a nice haul at 11. Nice haul at 12. Nice haul at 1. And only 2 and 2 and 1 and 3 so far. We're at 330 right now. So a nice little kickback right there. Not sure what caused that. If it was eBay or if it was ending and sell similar on 5,000 items yesterday or what the case may be. But hey, at least I've already beat yesterday's numbers at 330 today. So that's how bad yesterday's was. So I'm going to go ahead and get caught up a little bit here, so I don't have to do it all at once. And I think I'm going to start doing a new routine. I listed about 400 items today. So yesterday I had ended and sold similar on 5,000 items. So I think tomorrow I'll end and sell similar on 2,000 items. Then the next day I'll list items that I draft today and draft tomorrow. And then every other day, flip-flop. So that way then I get my 30,000 items relisted every month, basically. So keep them fresh. Miss Courtney. So we'll see. I'll do that routine and see if sales increase. And do a little experiment, if you will. I mean, gotta do something to keep to keep sane when eBay keeps having so many issues. So it's about just trying to find a way. Trying to find the way. All right, let's get into this and see what's sold. All right, Beach Boys Kokomo. I just watched on Netflix I watched most of it so far. The Bob Saget tribute, and John Stamos played like bongos or something on the video for that Kokomo song back in the day. Beach Boys. John Stamos was at the tribute. If you're not familiar with who I'm talking about, Bob Saget, you should know Bob Saget. John Stamos was on the show Full House with him. Anyway, sold for $5, headed to New York. We got a Patsy Cline cassette, sealed, sold for $6, headed to Salt Lake City, Utah. Sing Along Prehistoric Country cassette, sold for $5, headed to Dixon, California. Various artists Heat cassette, sealed, sold for $6, headed to New York. Let the good times roll. The Cars self-titled, sold for $6, headed to New York. Waterfront self-titled advance promo cassette, sold for $6, headed to Lacey, Washington. Finally, I get to, are you ready for a cassette? Yeah. All right, we got 2 cassettes here, Guns N' Roses and a Motley Crue, 2 of the biggest LA bands. So far, $14, headed to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Rat Attack, Round and Round Greatest Hits. I think it's more Stephen Pearcy than a Rat. Yeah. George Lynch and Tracy Guns on guitar. Sold for $10, headed to Sarasota, Florida. All right, so Adrian came down and finished pulling for me. So, ba-boom. And I had an idea, but I don't know details yet. So, I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll watch other YouTubers and see how they do things. But over the years, I've collected so many albums and records and CDs, cassettes, etc. And I got a lot of bootlegs. Now I can't and I won't sell bootlegs just because they're unauthorized releases by the artist. They're not legal, if you will, right? And Vern is back again. But anyway, So I'm thinking maybe I'll do some giveaways whenever I come across one. I'll do some kind of giveaway. Like the first one could be this Bruce Springsteen. You can't sell this, so don't try. If you like Bruce Springsteen or collect bootlegs or whatever, this is all unreleased studio outtakes of songs. This is probably worth about $75 on the black market, if you will. $75 to $100. But like I said, I'm not going to sell anything like this. So I'll try to think of a way to do some giveaways, because I've got tons of different artists, and whether it's albums, CDs, cassettes, etc. So maybe I'll try to figure out something that I can consistently do every time I find or come across one to give it away. So if you have any ideas, because you watch my videos and may see it in a perspective I don't, or see things I do, maybe we do something with the whole, I don't know. I don't know. Give it some thought. If you watch my videos and you see something that maybe I don't, maybe you'll have an idea that might, I didn't think of. Whether that's down here, how I do the video, or what have you. But anyway, just a thought. All right, let me put this up somewhere where it's safe. Put it right there so I remember. All right, let's get back into this. All right, Stetsasonic. Got tons of these sealed. Sold for $9. Headed out to Michigan. Ooh, I'm thinking maybe I do it in a live video. That way you have to turn on your notification bell to know when I go live. That could be a way that I trickery you into subscribing and turning on that notification bell. Maybe I do that. Sounds like a good start, but then to come up with a way to do it. All right, Metal Meltdown. Cassette sold for $7, headed to Tampa, Florida. New Kids on the Block. Cassette single for tonight, sold for $4.50, headed out to California. All right, I don't want trivia because it's too easy to Google answers for anything nowadays. So trivia is definitely out of the picture when it comes to a way to do it. So I'd like to do it in a way where everybody has a shot, not just somebody who knows whatever the question is I'm asking, or the category of question I would ask. So I don't want to go trivia. Ray Stevens, all-time comic hits, sold for $5, headed to New York. Alrighty, Rebel Soul, cassette sold for $5, headed to Lansing, Michigan. Gotta love how these sales bounce back today. So, like I said, I don't know if it was because I did the whole end in subs sell similar on 5,000 items. Combination of eBay waking back up and that, I don't know. Just gonna keep trying to do things to keep stimulating it. Miss Corday! Yay! All right, Stars and Stripes Forever sold for $5, headed to Massachusetts. Queensryche Empire cassette sold for $5, headed to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Mark Bonton St. Mary. Well, that's one hell of a name, ain't it? Cassette sold for $4.50, headed to North Chesterfield, Virginia. Seals and Cross Greatest Hits sold for $5, headed to Durham, North Carolina. And even though I told you I upped the percentage on the promotions, try to spark the things, I didn't on my clearance items, so those are still really low. So on all my $5 items, I'm still paying very little on the promoting, which is good. More money in the pocket. Sold for $5, Durham, North Carolina. Grateful Dead in the Dark sold for $5, headed to Maple Falls, Washington. What if, I think I'm going to include Facebook in the giveaway somehow, because it'd be the easiest way to send me an address of the winner is through PM me on Facebook, because I don't check my Gmail accounts for YouTube ever. So maybe you have to follow me on my main page, on my James Hofer State page on Facebook, link below. If you follow me there, and then you'd be able, Just thinking while I'm working. Grateful Dead sold for $5. Maple Falls, Washington. And one thing I always like doing is like shorts on Facebook. Like I don't really mess with Twitter too much, even though I should. I mean, not Twitter, but TikTok. And I don't really do shorts on YouTube. So thinking about doing more just little shorts on Facebook with little hints or where I'm at or what I'm doing, thrifting wise and reselling wise and things like that. So, so we can incorporate that. So, anyway, Led Zeppelin, 4. So for $7, headed to Milwaukee. No, that's spelled different. It still looks like Milwaukee, Oregon, but spelled different. Because if I could include Facebook somehow, then maybe I can get a lot more people who follow me and I'm friends with on Facebook to watch my YouTube videos. See, I'm just trying to get more traffic out of this little giveaway, if you will. But make it fun. Don't want to make it a pain in the butt. All right, a lot of 20 cassettes sold for $18, headed to New Jersey. All right, George Benson on vinyl, sold for $5, headed to New Jersey. Perez Prado vinyl, sold for $6, headed to Jamaica Plains, Massachusetts. All right, Dumb Ditties on vinyl, sold for $11, headed to Grove City, Pennsylvania. Oh, look at the cute little horsey. Loving stuff. All right, this vinyl sold for $7, headed to Lafayette, Indiana. Leroy, calling on Leroy. Vinyl sold for $5, headed to why do I try to talk so fast and run my words together that I stumble? Headed to Japan. All right, Tony Bennett 8-track sold for $6, headed to Massachusetts. Are you ready for an 8-track like? Yeah. All right, we got 2 8-tracks. Taking advantage of my clearance. Buy 2 or more, get 50% off. Biggity Bam, Jackson Brown, and Doobie Brothers. Sold for $5, headed to Orlando, Florida. Are you ready for a CD like? Yeah. All right, we got 5 CDs that sold for $40, headed up to Canada. Kennedy Brothers, Dr. Swing, Ralph Sutton, Marion McPartland. Boom, $40. In Search of Angels, sold for $450, headed to Fort Myers, Florida. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hit sold for $560, headed to Wichita, Kansas. So thankfully we're still going. So at 3 we had 3, at 4 we had 4. We are at 501 right now. So still steadily coming in. Love it. Juan Lewis CD sold for $5, headed to Miami, Florida. Superstars Greatest Hits. You notice my international's up too. So kind of funny how that kind of goes in hand. Seems like when I have more international sales, of course I have more U.S. sales. So this headed to Canada, sold for $5. B-Side Players, Fire in the Youth. That's another one of my Hastings CDs. Sold for $5, headed out to California. We've got a clamshell edition of Alice in Hell. Every time I see Alice in Wonderland, it reminds me of a band called Annihilator, and they got a song called Alice in Hell. So, $5, headed to Prior Lake, Minnesota. All right, a little anime on DVD, sealed, sold for $450, headed to Carmichael, California. All right, Counting Crows CD, sold for $450, headed Deerfield, Illinois. All right, 101 Strings Praise the Lord CD, $5, headed to Skidmore, Missouri. Annie Lennox Import Single, sold for $10.50, headed to Oil City, Pennsylvania. The World's Best Love Classical Themes, another one of my Hastings CDs, sold for $6, headed up to Kansas City, Missouri. The Great, the All-Powerful, the Almighty, Ronnie James Dio. The Last in Line Record Club Edition. CD sold for $6, headed to Tampa, Florida. Holy crap, no frickin' way. I just put this up today. I just picked it up Friday. Holy crap. Honey hole item. I'm going to need 2 hands to carry this, so I'm going to pause this. When I come back, it's going to be sitting right here. Holy crap, that sold quick. Biggity bam. That sold quick. It's headed out to California. So it's probably going to cost a little bit more than what I charged. Well, if I go ground UPS, it may not. But it's a bull riding inflatable for your swimming pool. Thought about keeping it, but it was brand new sealed, and I paid $25 for it at the Honey Hole. Sold for $111. So biggity bam. Gotta love it. All right, I'll ship that in a little bit because I'll have to get a box. Next up, we got boobies. Let's see. Chocolate. All right, Ween CD sold for $11, headed to Hampton, Virginia. Just put this up too, and they bought it before the sale even kicked in. So I sold it for $14, headed to Hartsville, Tennessee. Alrighty, we got a Magellan. We got fishing hoodie, sold for $14.50, headed to Austin, Texas. I guess, you know, sales are good when people are finding my Cardinal stuff again. Sold earlier and then got some more this time. So this Cardinals hat sold for $10, headed to Ratal, Illinois. Today is brought to you by the letter L. All right, hat sold for $9, headed to Prairie Grove, Arkansas. And the customer was not named Laverne, who bought that L. Her name was Luann. All right, Bass Pro Shops hat sold for $9, headed to Ashland, Missouri. American Eagle sold for $10, headed to Supply, North Carolina. And if you're new watching my videos, welcome. And my numbers I give do not include the shipping that I charge. Budweiser King of Beers hat sold for $10, headed to Oregon, Illinois. Well, that's confusing. All right, Unknown letter F logo sold for $9, headed to East Brunswick, New Jersey. I want to start making personal appearances and charging like $10,000 a show. Be like, for $10,000, I will come to your town and I will take you thrifting for a week. All right, RVCA hat sold for $7, headed to Finksburg, Maryland. The ultimate thrifting experience. Shit. All right, St. Louis Cardinals, Daryl Kyle hat. I believe he was a player who got killed driving down the highway. I forget what caused. Was he drinking? Maybe. I don't remember it exactly. I'd have to Google it to find out. Daryl Kyle. Sold for $7, Crosby, Texas. No, that was somebody else I was thinking about who got died in a car accident. I have to figure out who his name was. He died of a heart attack in his bed when the hotel staff, he was a no-show. So when they entered his room, they found him under the covers, dead of a heart attack. 90% blockage in 2 arteries. That's a bummer. That's who I guess I was thinking of, Josh Hancock. And it doesn't say he was drinking because it was early in the morning. Well, I for some reason I'm thinking drinking was involved, but let me find that out before I don't want to be like totally wrong. No, here's who, dang, there's a couple of different ones. So here's the one, this name looks familiar. Oscar was drunk at the time of his fatal car. Okay, this is the one I was thinking about. 5 times legal limit. That was a highway in, okay, so that wasn't local though. So I'm confusing 2 different stories is what I'm doing. He slammed into the back of a tow truck. Just totally demolished that car. All right, another Cardinals cap. Sold for $10, headed to Las Vegas. The Ninja roller coaster at Magic Mountain. Totally different than the Ninja that's here, or was here in St. Louis. I think it's still here. I haven't rode that thing in like freaking 30 years. Last time I rode it, it beat me up bad. It was a rough coaster. A lot rougher than it was, say, 5 years prior when I had rode it. So this sold for $28, headed to Davis, California. Tres Isles? Isles? I guess that's 3 islands, maybe? Sold for $10, headed to Hong Kong. You back again? All right, we got this eagle soaring the sky. Hat sold for $7, headed to Lincoln, Nebraska. Henry Fire Department sold for $10, headed up to Canada. I'm just thinking roller coasters. I haven't rode a roller coaster since 2012. Universal Studios, when I went on the first guy trip. Me and a friend I grew up with, and I was having the back issues then before I had the surgery, when I had the bulging discs. Went there, was riding some rides, and it just totally jacked me up, and the pain would not go away. It was literally 24 hours straight, and I'm like, dude, we got to cut this trip short. I came home 2 days later, I was having surgery on my back. So, haven't rode a roller coaster since 2012. I'm kind of just afraid because I don't want it to screw up my back. Because just riding in a Jeep Wrangler for too long screws up my back. So, probably never going to get to ride a roller coaster again, unfortunately. I love me some roller coasters. All right, this hat sold for $10, headed to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If I had a plan in place, I would definitely risk it for Cedar Point. Never been to Cedar Point. I would love to go there and just ride roller coasters for 2 days straight. If I had a doctor ready for me when I was done and a solution of what to do, I would sure know how risk it to do that, because that would be awesome. But anyway, hey, better to not have no pain than ride roller coasters, I guess. So, New Wave hat sold for $10, headed, staying in the area, Arnold, Missouri. Rayovac hat sold for $7, headed to Phoenix, Arizona. Alrighty, I have this pink jeweled out women's hat, sold for $10, headed to Brooklyn, New York. Therminal heat transfer fluids by Monsanto. Hat sold for $9, headed to Niagara Falls, New York. Alright, Boston Red Sox and Colorado Rockies World Series shirt, sold for $10, headed to Litchfield Park, Arizona. We got the Albert Einstein shirt with the rip going on. Somebody's neck was a little too thick or something, I don't know. So for $12, headed to San Diego, California. Oh, we got Cheech and Chong on vinyl. So for $5.60, headed to Eureka, California. Liberace Sends You Love. So for $5, headed to Phoenix, Arizona. All right, love finding cruising and car show shirts. One thing you just don't want to do is put like names on it, Ford or Chevy or anything like that, because chances are they didn't sponsor the show, so you may get a Vero on something. Something I would not put Ford on there because they probably didn't get permission to do that. And I don't know if they go after people like that or not, sellers, but I don't even chance it. So this one sold for $10, headed to, staying in the area, going out to High Ridge. All right, we've got a Jenga game, sold for $7, headed to Westmont, Illinois. All right, System of a Down CD, sold for $5, headed to Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, American Eagle hat, sold for $10, headed to Brooktondale, New York. I just spotted a box that was brought down, and I hadn't put it up yet, and it looks like it would be perfect for my bowl. Kick ass. How simple is that? If it fits. Knock on cardboard. Another one of my honey hole items I put up today. All right, Starwood Capital Group, sold for $9. Going to Boston, Massachusetts. Put this up a few days ago. Oh, that's a Travis Matthew. I didn't even notice that. Or at least his signature. It's not his name brand hat. All right, Isaac Hayes 8-track, sold for $450, going up to Canada. All right, so I picked this up Friday at the Honey Hole, listed it today, same as my bowl, and it's the WeatherTech phone holder that goes in the cup. I think I paid $3 for it, sold for $15.50, headed to Summit, Mississippi. Wah, wah, wah. Didn't fit in the box. I thought it would, so I gotta go grab a different one. But being that this sold and the cup holder sold, I made my money back and then some on everything I spent Friday at the Honey Hole. So that means I'll probably go tomorrow. The great thing about your significant other just shopping randomly at different places, the boxes that come along with her stuff. Boom. Slid right in. Well, the sales cut off at 540. We're at 622 right now. So, kind of gone stale. Just a tad bit. So, I think what I'm going to do is be done for the evening. So that'd be all for this video. If I do come back down, I will just pull for the morning video. Because, I've been up since 4 a.m. I don't know how long I will last before I get tired. And that's it. That's it for this one. So nice comeback day. I can't believe this happened. Nice little comeback. So there's my, that's my thumbnail, right? My little clickbait. I can't believe my sales did this, or something to that effect, maybe. Wishy how I'm feeling as I go up and make it. All right, kiddos, you kids ready? You kids ready? Playful mood. Vern's in a playful mood. All right, let's go, kiddos. Stretch 'ems. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and we got a new peeker around here somewhere. Where's he at? Oh, he already destroyed. No, there he is. That's right. Put him up there, Mr. Barn Owl. All right, so let's go. All right, we will see you in the next video. Thanks everybody for watching, and later.